Hey guys, Sublord here, back again with another action figure review, and yes, your eyes do not deceive you, we are freaking doing this, man, because today I'm going to be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Batman and Robin Mr. Freeze Collect-A-Build Figure Wave George Clooney Batman, complete with the bat nipples and all. No bat credit card, unfortunately, but dang it all, we're going to be taking a look at this cheesy-ass, whack-ass cast characters this week. Because last I checked, this is my channel, my rules, bitch. So, without further ado, this of course is brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys. And before I get too far ahead of myself, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all George Clooney Batman has to offer in terms of accessories. That's it. That's kind of lame. But we did get the collectible trading card. Picture of him on the front there. Cool. Basically get a write-up of the movie. You could hit info on the TV guide and get this bio, so I'm sure that's exactly what McFarlane Toys did. But you don't get any alt hands, any bat gadgets, any alt heads, nothing. And that's a theme with this wave. You don't get shit! Except, ironically, with the Collect-A-Build figure. But we'll look at him Friday. That said, the only other thing he comes with, of course, is the hockey puck display stand we're used to seeing with all McFarlane Toys releases. George Clooney Batman. What to say about George Clooney Batman? Well, he's got the frickin' nipples. I wasn't lying. They are right frickin' there. They're very awkward. Very weird. But it looks like a little George Clooney Batman. For not using digital face printing tech, the likeness is pretty decent. Pretty decent indeed. I think they need to integrate that moving forward, but this is solid, man. And I actually like the cape. It's a nice, super soft, rubbery material, but it has that leather feel to it. Then the suit also has the textures. There's the bat butt cheeks. That was another thing popular in this movie. That says, as far as articulation goes, his head is on the double ball peg, so he can rotate side to side. He can look up. He can look down. He can tilt side to side. Mindful of these little tabs on his costume here. I'm not quite sure why those are there, but they're there for a reason, obviously, so don't knock them off. His shoulders will go out to the side about that far. I'm surprised they don't go up any more than that. That's interesting. Can rotate forward and back. He does have that cap, that rotator cap. He's got a bicep twist. Double elbow. Ball hinge wrists. That do work pretty well. And then the torso, it's on the dumbbell joint. It actually gets pretty good crunch forward, pretty good crunch back. Tilt is really good. You got your rotation there, as well as in the waist. Hips can kick out pretty far. Back down, rotate forward and back. No real thigh articulation to speak of. Yeah, no real thigh articulation to speak of. He does have double knee, though. That works pretty well. And he has the ball hinge ankles, so they can rotate, hinge, and pivot. And he's got the toe joints, of course. So, very nice figure. Better than this movie probably deserves, but, you know, that's just it, isn't it? That's the way it is. Something you never thought you needed figures for, you get them, and you're like, wow, these aren't freaking shit. Unlike some MCU releases. Eternals. So, yeah, I like this figure. I like this wave, and since the Batman Forever wave is coming out soon, I figured what better time to look at these. I know they've been out for a while now, and I think you can still get most of them. Maybe not the ladies, but there's probably a reason for that. But at any rate, why don't we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here's our George Clooney Batman, complete with bat nipples, alongside the Chris O'Donnell Robin and Alicia Silverstone Batgirl, who we will also be looking at on the channel, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I think the scale's pretty good here. They're all in scale with each other. Gotta remember that Alicia Silverstone is also wearing high heels, so she is going to be taller than she would normally be without them. So getting them out of here. Bring in our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith and the infamous 11 Spawn, who is quite a bit taller, maybe, than our George Clooney Batman here. Get him in close enough. If we don't count the ears, yeah, he's quite a bit taller. Little George Clooney there. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from the fact that good old George Clooney Batman here does not come with any accessories whatsoever other than the collect-to-build parts, so you can build the Mr. Freeze collect-to-build figure, which is a marvel in and of itself. I have to say that the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys did a decent enough job bringing this version of The Dark Knight to life, considering how cheesy this movie is. I'm gonna tell you right now, this wave of figures is better than it actually probably deserves, because not only is the likeness to Mr. George Clooney pretty decent, considering the fact that they are not using the digital face printing tech like Hasbro, and I think even NECA is starting to adapt to, but the quality of the figures throughout the whole wave, we'll say, is overall, not to be redundant, pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie, this is a very impressive wave of DC Multiverse figures, and that's saying something because as of late, they've been kind of hit or miss. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.